guys? It's Naseem here. Now, after using the iPhone 13 Pro for about 10 months now, the one thing that kept coming to my mind after using it on a day-to-day basis was this one simple statement that I think explains the 13 Pro pretty perfectly. And that statement is, I think that the iPhone 13 Pro is the smoothest feeling phone that you can get in the market. And I say this because when you think about it, the 13 Pro doesn't really have any major flaws that slows down its performance. It's the most easygoing phone that is also matched with supreme smoothness. The battery is top tier, the display is high quality, the software is easygoing, and the camera takes consistently good photos and also records high quality videos. And I think that at the end of the day, that's all you really want in a phone. If it works fine and does everything that you want without any compromises, then it's absolutely worth the money you're spending. Also, I wanted to note that the 13 Pro also gets 6 years worth of updates. And besides my reasonings for why I think that the iPhone 13 Pro is the smoothest phone that you can buy in 2022, I wanted to let you guys in on my experience with it so that you can decide whether or not it's right for you. And now the first thing that I wanted to look at when it comes to the iPhone 13 Pro is the software. Now the software on the 13 Pro is as smooth as ever. I never really got any lags. Even when my phone would heat up, the 13 Pro still maintained that consistency, and that's why it's my daily phone till this day. I also really loved how it was able to handle power heavy apps. Whenever I was playing Sonic or Asphalt 9, the game ran really well and was still able to stay really smooth and get the job done. And again, I have to give Apple a pat on the back because of how connected I'm able to stay with my other devices. Like for those who don't know, I shoot my videos on my iPhone, so whenever I'm done shooting, all I have to do is airdrop the videos to my MacBook and it makes the process so much easier. And again, the software handled really well. Even after 10 months, the 13 Pro was able to keep up the consistency, not only within the display, but also within the software. Now, the next thing that I wanted to look at when it comes to the iPhone 13 Pro is the display. Now the iPhone 13 Pro has a 6.1 inch Super Retina XDR display that I must say felt like a much better upgrade when compared to last year's 12 Pro. My favorite thing that I loved about the screen was that it had a 120Hz refresh rate, so that added to the overall smoothness whenever I scroll through the OS. And now when it comes to size, it's all preference, but I would definitely say that the 13 and 13 Pro are the most comfortable when holding in hand. I didn't have to stretch out my fingers too far to reach the screen. I could still see everything clear because it's still pretty big, and it was the overall right fit for me. It wasn't too small and it wasn't too big. I also really like the responsiveness on the 13 Pro. Like whenever I would scroll through the OS, play games, and even customize my home screen, I never got any lag and the screen overall kept up that great consistency. Now one problem that I had with the screen was that it wasn't as bright as I wanted it to be. Like whenever I was outside at work, it was a little harder to see when compared to phones like the Galaxy Note, and that's one issue that I really want Apple to fix with the upcoming 14 Pro. And now the last aspect of the display that I really liked was how great it looked whenever I was watching movies, playing games, and scrolling through the OS. Like right here, you can see me watching a video on it, and you can see just how colorful and vibrant the display is. I really enjoyed how high quality the resolution was. And to give you guys an example of how good the screen is, I want to watch a video and play a game. Now the next thing that I wanted to look at when it comes to the iPhone 13 Pro is the battery life. Now the iPhone 13 Pro has a 3000 mAh battery that I will say held up really well when compared to other smartphones in the market. I would get about 6 to 8 hours of on-screen time, which was really heavy usage since I also shoot videos. And on days where I would shoot videos, I would end my day with about 10% battery left, which was really good since recording videos takes up most of my day. And on days where I would use the 13 Pro like a regular phone, I would end my day with about 30% battery left, which was a good enough difference for me. The charging was also something that I would say was pretty fast. Like whenever I would charge it up at night, I would shower while it was charging, and by the time I got to bed, my phone would be at 90%, which was really good. The only thing that I would say sucked was the wireless charging speeds. Like when compared to other phones, the 13 Pro would take longer for me to connect it even when I had a case on, and the speeds were just much slower. And now the next thing that I wanted to look at when it comes to the iPhone 13 Pro is the speakers. Now when comparing it to the 12 Pro, I will say that these speakers are pretty much the same. The bass was a little weak, but that's usually common within most smartphones. But besides the bass not being that great, I will still say that the overall sound quality was really good. Music sounded nice, videos were loud and clear, and the speakers overall enhanced my viewing experience because they were just too good. And to give you guys an idea of how the speakers sound, I'm going to play a video just so you can see how loud they are.
James catches, puts up a three, won't go, rebound Bosch, back out to Allen, his three-pointer, bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining. Spurs do not have a timeout, but the officials are going to...
And now the final thing that I wanted to look at when it comes to the iPhone 13 Pro is the cameras. Now the iPhone 13 Pro has three 12 megapixel cameras that I would say worked really well whenever I was taking videos and taking pictures. The pictures always came out colorful, vibrant, very sharp, and didn't give me any shutter lag, which made the camera even more practical when compared to other phones in the market. And when we look at the daytime outside photos, I would say that these were easily the best in the game. I liked how my skin looked when taking selfies. I liked how the colors were very accurate, and I really liked how nice the skies looked when taking long range photos. And again, when looking at all of these photos back to back, I again liked how vibrant they were. Like every photo looks like it came from an actual camera, which gives off a very natural picture. And when we look at the daytime inside photos, I would say that these were just as consistent as the outside pictures. Even when the lighting wasn't as good, I still was able to get a really good photo, which says a lot about the development of the iPhone cameras. My skin looked really nice and had little graininess. Different objects maintained that signature sharpness, and the overall pictures came off as very natural while adjusting to the environment. And when it came to video quality, the 13 Pro had one of the best to offer. And to give you guys an example, here are some videos that I took on it. And there it is, my review on the iPhone 13 Pro after 10 months of use. Now let me know down in the comments, would you get the iPhone 13 Pro over the Pro Max or any other iPhone? Let me know. And if you guys made it to the end of this video, I'd like to say thank you for sticking around. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe, it'll be very appreciated. And as far as social media, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.